Hello there and welcome back to my channel, or if this is the first video of mine you are seeing, then welcome. I'm filming another makeup look using natural lighting. I'm in my kitchen again where I have these big windows across from me to really give me some light. I hope it's light enough because I am filming this a little bit earlier in the morning, but I just wanted to sit down and just relax, just take my time doing my makeup today. And all the products I picked out are pink. All their packaging is pink. Pink is my favorite color. It's just the prettiest color in my opinion. And well, all colors are pretty, but you know what I mean. And I have all these pretty products in front of me that are just all pink. Their packaging is pink. Everything is pink. I just thought this would be such a cute little thing just to sit down and film. I have everything I need right here around me, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, first product. I have this from e.l.f. This is their Power Grip Primer plus the niacinamide. So pretty pink product. So this is the beginning of our little pretty pink product. So I'm just gonna tap this in. I find that this primer, it kind of helps to tap it in a little bit more. I find that if I really aggressively try to blend, like rub it in like this, it sometimes can pull up my sunscreen, which I do not want. I want to always make sure I'm wearing my sunscreen properly, so I'm just gonna tap this in. You know, I could have also used the Jelly Pop primer because it's got like a pink packaging, but I haven't used this primer in a while, so I thought it would be, you know, nice to just kind of go through my collection more and use things that maybe some of this I haven't used in a while. Yeah, I feel like some of this I haven't, so it's just nice to kind of go through my collection, pull out some products, and just try them. Okay, next I'm just going to be prepping my lips before I get started. This is the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Tinted Lip Balm. This one is in the shade Beneath Cherry Blossoms. I believe this was a limited edition shade, and as you can see, it's like this really pretty pink color. This one doesn't really have much of a tint to it. It's mostly like a clear, but I mean, I just picked this because, well, it is a pretty pink color, and then the packaging is pink, so you know, you certainly do not have to have the products I'm using. This is just for fun. This is just to sit down and play with some makeup. Just have a moment to yourself, just to enjoy doing your makeup and just enjoying the process. Okay, the eyeshadow palette that I picked out is from Tarte. This is their Tartelette. Okay, I'm trying to get it where it's not going to reflect too much, but this is the Tartelette Juicy palette. Just these really beautiful pinky tones in here. I thought this would be such a lovely palette. I had a few more palettes that were pink from this brand, but I have not used this palette in a long time, so I thought this would be a good choice. So I am first going in with the shade Blossom, and I'm going to be taking that on a Sigma E24 brush. And basically, I'm just going to start pressing this kind of all over my lid and up into my crease. This is going to also kind of serve as like a set shade for my eyeshadow primer too. Just kind of tapping that in, make sure everything is nice and set, and we have a pretty pinky tone. I really love Tarte's eyeshadows. I think they're just so easy to work with. They're kind of like a very beginner friendly eyeshadow too. So like if you were kind of wanting an easy eyeshadow palette to work with, I think any of Tarte's palettes are nice. I know they kind of release the same color story over and over, but I just find that they're really classic color stories, so you know that they're really going to be popular with people for the most part. Using that same brush, I'm going in with the shade Rose, and I'm going to press this on this outer half of my lid, and then kind of take that into this outer half of my crease as well. I know not everybody likes pink eyeshadow, and I get it because, I mean, it can, I guess, be, you know, a balance. It depends, because I know sometimes it can make it look like you have pink eye or something, but I think pink eyeshadow is really pretty. Just do the same thing over here. I like to really press most of that pigment closer to the lash line and then work up the rest once I get a lot of it off the brush. Just find that it's easier to work with that way and blend it. Whereas, like I said, these shades are just so easy to work with. It's not an issue at all. I feel like I don't have to sit here and blend and blend and blend too much, because these just kind of very easily blend out themselves. Okay, I'm going to go in with the shade Paradise, and I'm going to take that on a Sigma E57 brush, and I will be spraying my brush with some setting spray. I'm just going to put this on the beginning half here. You honestly don't have to spray your brush with this shade, but I just wanted it to really pop a little bit more. I think that's so pretty. You know, I want to say that I've created this exact same eye look with this palette before. I just find that these shades are some of my favorite in this palette, and it creates such a really pretty eye look. I hope the lighting is good enough because it is kind of cloudy here this morning, but I really love filming in natural lighting too. And it does get a little bit lighter here right now during the morning. First, now, don't get me wrong, when I'm filming with my ring light, I do try to keep it on the lowest setting. So I try to keep things as realistic as possible when it comes to stuff like that. But then, you know, it's nice to actually sit in a room where you don't even have to have a ring light. You just have natural lighting coming in from your windows, because then you can really see how these products look. Okay, I think that looks really pretty. Okay, I'm gonna curl my lashes, and then my pretty pink mascara is from Too Faced. This is their Better Than Sex mascara. This is a completely new tube. I haven't opened this one yet, so it's a fresh one here. I love the pink packaging on this. Pink can just get me. I really love pink, and then I also really love the color of like matcha, like that really soft green shade. I really like that color too. Okay, this is a fresh tube here. It's been a while since I've had this mascara. I did have a mini size, and I do like it. You just heard that really loud noise that just come up. That was my refrigerator. I'm sitting right beside it. And there's just one little delicate coat of this mascara. I honestly, the first time I used it, I was kind of surprised at how natural it looked. I don't know. I guess I was expecting more from it the first time I used it, but I mean, I don't mind it. I do like this mascara. I've never had it, you know, smudge or flake on me or do anything weird. I feel like it's a pretty popular mascara. Maybe not so much in like the beauty world, but I know like with just regular makeup consumers, I believe it's really quite popular. There, wanted to add a second coat a little bit here just to give me a little bit more. I'm going to go ahead and put some mascara on my other eye, and I will be right back. For foundation, I'm going to be using this from CoverGirl. This is their Clean Fresh Skin Milk, and mine is in the shade Fair. I haven't used this one in a while, at least I don't feel like I have, so I wanted to get some more use out of this one. And just to blend that out, I'm going to be using this Refi. This is their complexion brush. I'm using this side. I've been using that brush nonstop. It's not pink, but it's totally okay. Just put some on the back of my hand. This does have a interesting scent to it. I mean, I don't know quite how to describe that scent. And I'm just gonna pick up what was left on the back of my hand with that brush and then just start blending this out. Yeah, it has an interesting scent. I don't know quite what you would call that. Like, it's not a fragrance. You can tell it's just the ingredients in the product, but it's just kind of like an interesting scent. But I like this product. I remember the first time I ever used this product from CoverGirl. It just did not, it kind of really peeled up on me. It did not look good on the skin whatsoever. So I waited and I tried it again maybe like a year later, and I found that it looked much better. It didn't do that anymore, so I don't know if maybe they reformulated, but I like it a lot better now. It's just really pretty, very skin-like. I'm going to go back over this with my sponge, by the way. I just like to get it nice and spread out with the brush. And then I'm going to go over it with my Real Techniques. This is their double-sided little sponge. I really love this little thing. I sprayed it with some of my setting spray as well, just to kind of make sure that the product is nice and pressed in. You know, I really should declutter those Power Grip primers, because now that I'm looking up close, I can see where this foundation is not wanting to lay over the top of where that is. Like, it's just sitting on top. And it only happens when I wear those Power Grip primers. I honestly should just get rid of them, even though I feel like sometimes they work very well for me, but I'm just looking at this. I've spent like the last, I can't tell you how many minutes just sitting here doing this because it's not wanting to stick to that primer. I think I'm going to end up decluttering those primers. I have 3 of them. I have both Power Grip primers from e.l.f., the regular one and then this pink one, and then I have the Jelly Pop primer. I'm honestly tempted to get rid of all 3 of them because this happens way too many times. Like, you can just see it pulling up. And it's bad because I know it's not this product from CoverGirl. I've used this product many times with other primers and never have this issue. I need to really declutter them, and I think that after this video I'm going to pass them on. I think I can see if maybe my mom wants them or something, because I don't want to have my makeup ruined every time I use those. And I even made sure I let it sit properly this time, and it's still doing this. Like, that looks so bad. Part of me wants to wipe it off completely, but I don't really have the time to do that this morning, so I'm just gonna try to press it in as best I can and then just power forward because there's nothing I can do. But yeah, it's time to pass those primers on because this is just happening every time I use them. Even if I use them at the very beginning of my makeup routine, by the time I go in with my foundation, this happens every single time. So I'm going to go ahead and probably will part with all three of them. And I know everybody loves that Jelly Pop primer, but it just doesn't, they don't work for me. I love the idea of these Power Grip primers, but they just don't work for me. Like every time this happens, and I don't know if they just don't work well with my sunscreen underneath, which that's my favorite sunscreen, the Sunbum Face SPF. That's my favorite. I'm not getting rid of that sunscreen. So I just don't know what it is, but every time I wear them, it never works for me. I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna go ahead and pass probably all three of them on. Okay, moving on to concealer. I have this one right here. This is the NYX Bear With Me Concealer Serum. This is such a nice product. This one is in the shade Light. This is so nice. I've used this before as foundation and it's so lovely. Like, I think that if you wanted a concealer that you can also wear as foundation, this one is perfect for that. Now, I don't know how well it might do today because of that primer. I understand that that's probably going to be an issue with it laying over the top, but don't judge it based on that because this was my mistake. No, it's not laying that badly, so I'm happy to see that, but it's that's a lovely concealer. And it took me so long to try it, and I hate that it took me that long because it's so good. For my bronzer, now this is actually like a contour, but on me it looks more of like a neutral toned bronzer. This is from e.l.f. This is their Halo Glow Beauty one. This is the contour one, and this one is in the shade Fair. This is one of those that has like, it did have the little puffy thing on the end. I pulled that off. I don't like that. I am not a fan of those little sponge tip applicator things. So I'm just gonna squeeze some on the back of my hand. It's a really new, I mean, now it looks very cool tone, but once I feel like it's blended out, and I'm gonna take this Refi brush, I'm gonna take this side right here, but I find that once it's blended out, it almost looks like a neutral toned bronzer on me. Now I know that looks a little scary, just bear with me. It blends out, it's nice. I might have actually used too much today. We're gonna take my sponge and go over the top of that too. I know that looked a bit intimidating at first, but once it's blended out, it's actually a really pretty product. I might have gone in with a little bit too much, I'll admit that, but it does blend out pretty easily, as you can see. It just looks like a really pretty natural shade. Next time I won't be so heavy-handed with the application. But yeah, there, that looks, but you can see just how easy that blends out because that looked a little bit kind of scary at first to, like, you know, it's gonna be too much, but it blends out really beautifully. For highlighter, I'm gonna go in with this e.l.f. Halo Glow Beauty one. This is the highlighter one, and this one is in the shade Champagne. This is another that had the little sponge tip applicator, but I pull those off. I am not a fan. I'm gonna just put out I'm gonna take a little bit on my finger here. I don't need much because I'm not a big highlighter person. So I'm taking that small amount and I'm gonna rub it between my two fingers here. And I'm just gonna do it just like this. And it's very pretty. It's very lovely. I didn't really need highlighter, but I wanted to have another product with pretty pink packaging, so why not? For blush, I had initially planned on going in with the e.l.f. the Halo Glow Beauty one, the blush one, but I wanted to switch it up. I wanted to use kind of a variety of products, so I'm actually picking this one out right here. This is from One Size. This is their Cheek Clapper 3D Blush Trio. This one is in Attention Seeker, which is really beautiful pink. We have like the powder, kind of like the topper, and then we have a cream. I'm going to be using the cream today. So I'm going to take this fluffier side of the Refi brush and I'm going to go into that shade. These are really nice blushes from One Size. They're very pretty, very pigmented. So you do not need a lot. But I love going in with this Refi brush simply because it's more fluffy, so I feel like it really, you know, diffuses the product a lot more. I don't have to worry too much. And it's very pretty. This is such a pretty little pop of pinky shade. You're wanting a really pretty pink blush that kind of has like an all-in-one. Like you have the cream, and then you have the powder too, kind of like the Patrick Ta, but then this one also has kind of like a more lush lighter in it too, where you can just kind of add. Look how pretty, so pretty. I wanted to go in with like all of the creams today. I didn't really want to use powders. Now for my face powder, I am going in with the One Size. This is the Ultimate Setting Powder. Now this one is in the Ultra Peach shade. This is like one of my most favorite loose powders. You do not need much of this at all, and it's just so lovely. It's so blurring and perfecting. I'm just gonna see how it does. Like, it just perfects this area. I know that there's a light pink shade, but I just didn't know if that would be too much for me, because I know that I have the light pink shade in the e.l.f. loose setting powder, and sometimes that can look a little bit dark on me. Like, it can leave kind of like a cast, but I don't know if the One Size would do that or not, because I would love to try it, because I really do like this powder. Okay, I'm gonna take the shade Happiness on that Sigma E57 brush. I picked like not like so much of a pinky shade, and I'm gonna run that on my lower lash line. It's like almost like a pinky taupey kind of color. And then I'm gonna take this shade Reflect on that same brush, and I'm gonna put that on this inner corner. Really pretty shade, just a little pop of sparkle. Now I'm just gonna apply my mascara on my lower lash line right quick. Okay, next I'm gonna go in with my brow pencil. This is the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Brow. This one is in the shade Dark Brown, and this is the pomade one. I know they make another one that has like a micro tip, so I'm just going to brush this down. I love that CoverGirl is kind of going a pink route with their packaging. I know they are gonna like re-release their little trio eyeshadows in pink packaging, and I would love to try them, because I believe I saw where they were going to be updating the formula. Gotten a little bit used to the brush on this side. At first I was not that impressed by that, but the more I use it, the more I like it. And then for brow gel, I'm going in with the CoverGirl Brow Enhancer Gel Wax, which is also in this really pretty pink packaging. Just run that through my brows. Okay, for lips, I'm going in with this from Tower 28. This is their one liner multi-liner, and this one is in the shade Fill Me In. That's that pretty shade right there. These lip liners are so nice. Apparently you can also use these on your eyes and your cheeks. I've never done them that way. Of course, I wouldn't put this on my eyes because I've had it all over like my lips, but they have the other shade called, I think it's Draw Me, which is like a really pretty deeper brown shade. I'd love to see that on the eyes. I think that would be pretty. Okay, I'm gonna lightly fill these in just a little bit. Not too much. Just like a little bit of color. And then I'm going in with one of my favorite lip products, and this is from Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Pillow Talk Big Lip Plumpgasm. This one is in the fair medium, I believe. Yes, fair medium. I love this stuff. It's more of like an icy, spicy kind of feeling on your lips. Like, it's not too bad, but there is something there. But I love it. I want the other shade. But there you have this really pretty, simple, easy, everyday makeup look, just with a little bit of a pink twist, using all pink products. The only thing that I'm not impressed with is that primer. I feel like I never can get that primer to work for me. Even if I press it in, rub it in, whatever I do, I just feel like it never, I don't know, maybe it's an ingredient thing. Is it water-based? That might be an issue. I'm not sure, but it doesn't matter. Every time I use it, I have issues with it, so that might be the only thing that goes. But other than the primer, I really love how this makeup look turns out. And that blush trio from One Size, that is so pretty. And it is a shame that I haven't used that in a while. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to sit down and do this video. Some of these products I haven't used in a little bit. Now, some of them I have, but some like that eyeshadow palette, that created such a really pretty pinky everyday moment. I haven't used that palette in a long time, and that blush is so pretty. But yeah, I just wanted to sit down and just have some fun with makeup, and then just give it a little bit of a twist where everything is pink. But I do hope that you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, I hope you will please consider leaving a like, a comment, or subscribing if you haven't already, and hit the bell notification so you are alerted to all my future uploads, and follow me over on Instagram at jessicadeerly, and I hope to see you in my next video.